Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here, playing some more Pathfinder adventures. We're just 2 scenarios away from finishing what has been currently released to the game, which is very sad. Can't wait for Adventure Deck 3 to come out. Have to confess, I'm a little worried there hasn't been an announcement as to when it's coming out. They said originally it was going to come out like every few weeks, a new adventure, but this game has been fraught with delays, so I have no idea how much longer we'll be waiting. But anyway, in this scenario, when you get a spell, bury a card, not that big of a deal. The villain is not that special. It's just a single check. You can do Arcane or Divine or Combat, either one. It's not both. Somebody at your location has to fight a random monster first, and he's harder if you're alone. So this is one of those guys where it's really nice if you can team up to fight him, because that way the teammate that you have at the location with you can fight the random monster and then also can prevent the difficulty hike. So it's just a little thing to consider for him. And then the henchmen are all pretty straightforward. If you lose your fight against them, you lose a turn. The top card of the Blessings deck is shuffled into the location. The fact that it's in the location isn't that big of a deal, but the fact that you lose a blessing is definitely a big deal. So the rules, nothing special. The villain's kind of interesting. It's not the craziest scenario that there ever was. One thing to keep in mind, there is a temple here. We'll start Linny off there as usual. She likes the temple. That's a very friendly location, and if someone does encounter the villain early, again, don't forget, whenever the temple's in play, it might not be a bad idea to just discard 2 cards and evade the villain. Ezrin will go to the Academy. That's his jam. Seela will obviously go to the Shrine of Lamash 2 like she always does. Amiri, get over here. Amiri! Mary, quit being a bitch. Alright, for the remainder, I mean, the mill probably is the best place for Mariziel. And then Harsk could go to the city gate. That's kind of where Amiri wants to go. But at this point, I'm actually comfortable enough sending Amiri to the waterfront, penalty or no penalty. She just wants to fight monsters. So this seems like a good way to do it. Let's go ahead and fire things up here. The last scenario of Adventure Deck 2 is really interesting, so I'm looking forward to that one. This one's kind of like the second scenario that we had here with Rogor's Crazeby. Crazeby Jesus. This one's a little bit more of a filler one. At least there's lots of cool locations and good, like the Academy, the Temple, lots of spells and stuff. Okay, Seela has no weapons. Amiri has just the spear. I'm going to do this. I wouldn't normally do this, except that she's going to the waterfront, so fighting without a weapon isn't actually necessarily the end of the world. So, I don't mind giving up a weapon for a while. Alright, so everybody has to fight a Skinsaw Cultist. Luckily, unlike most Swarm Barriers, this one only affects characters at the location, which is really, really nice. So, let's see. Do I need to roll another die? Yeah, rolling a 6 on those 2 is a bit dicey. Do we have a Strength floating around here? We do. I think we'll just do Strength. So I only need a 3 on these dice. And then I've still got a Troubadour and a Blessing to keep on exploring. So, that Strength bonus will stick around. Crap. So if I fail this, I have to discard a weapon or item. Means I'm going to lose my Thieves' Tools. And there is one more barrier left in the waterfront. We just found one of the barriers. Let's see, is this worth it? I mean, what can I do? Can I just play Blessings? We have a Blessing of Pharasma. It's rechargeable because it's matching the current Blessing on top. Still, rolling a d6 on 2d6 is a bit dicey, but yeah, I'll take the chance, and at least this gives me better than a 1 in 6 odds. Oh, Christ. Alright, so I do lose my Thieves' Tools. That could be annoying, potentially. At this point, might as well just keep on exploring. Satyr, Dexterity. God, jeez, these fucking... Okay, do we have a Dexterity Blessing? I'm not super jazzed about this, because 3d6 to hit a 9 is a little bit unsafe. Should I spend another Blessing? Kind of wish I still had that Blessing of Pharasma to use. Yeah, that would have been good to have. Alright, I'm going to just take a chance. If I fail, I'm just going to lose my armor. But I think it's better to fail and lose the armor than to spend another Blessing. Oh, close. Okay. Thankfully, she's a d6 for Dexterity, not a d4. And the villain doesn't do anything that I would particularly care about, as far as, there's no, start of combat damage by the villain, so I'm going to recharge away my leather armor there as Amiri, and maximize my odds of getting a weapon and more blessings. Well, we got a little bit of both. Alright, Seela Green here needs to fire away a blessing. This is actually really good. Remember, at the Shrine of Lamash 2, you take 2 unmitigatable damage every time you encounter A blessing and God. All right, we got another swarm barrier. Swarm barriers are both good and bad. I mean, the bad thing about them is that they require a lot of party resources. But the good thing is you don't have to pass a check. It's automatically banished. Let's see, do I care about this that much? I could just roll a naked d12 and then bury my armor if it's too bad. Yeah, I'm just going to roll a d12. I don't really feel like throwing out my weapon here. I don't know. I didn't do the math, I guess. Maybe it would have been better to throw out a longsword, even though it would cause a -2 penalty. Yeah, that would have been better. What am I doing? I'm so stupid. I should have totally at least like revealed the longsword +1. I would have had a -2, but it would have been canceled by +1, and I would have been throwing a d8. So anyway, that was pretty stupid play. But I lost an armor, not the end of the world. Gonna push out that spear that Amiri gave me. Thanks, Amiri. Owe you one. Azrin's got a few combat spells, so that's actually solid. I only need a 4, so I only fail if it's all Snake Eyes. That's an odds I'm willing to take. Can I do expanded spellbook here? Get another spell before my turn, perhaps? Yeah, I can. And it's invisibility. Well, yeah, not the greatest. There's no stealth location here. I can just evade this raider. Yeah, there's no stealth location, so it doesn't help that much, but it's, what was I going to say? It's good to have in case I encounter the villain. So I could consider not using my combat spell, but she's at the temple, so it's like... the only thing in there is going to be the henchman. So I'll just discard what I need to discard to fight it, and should be fine. The henchman or a d12, it shouldn't be too difficult. It does kind of suck that Ezrin used up his strength already. That would have been good to have for Linny's help, but it's fine. Spending a couple of blessings won't be the end of the world. Alright, let's reveal this crossbow. Actually, that's an auto success. Harsk has very, very high minimums, so that's good. And we win. Alright, do I keep exploring here? I don't really feel like I need a Constitution blessing in this particular scenario. Hellhound, alright, let's check out the spear. And again, I'll just discard the spear if I fail this. I don't feel the need to spend resources. Wow, 7 and 8. Well, if that had been inverted, I definitely would have lost. Should I play one more blessing? No, let's just go ahead and pause there. Maybe I can catch a blessing on the flip side. Alas, I cannot. So I guess I could have explored one more time. Man, she is just the blessing lady right here. Alright, Holy Light. This is really, really good because Linny could use an upgrade to her divine combat spells, and this is actually a really good one. It's 2d6, and if it's undead that you're facing, it's 2d12. You really, you almost never are going to find anything better ever again. So we'll just go ahead and play a blessing that buffs wisdom twice, and just roll that. Hopefully I don't roll too unlucky, and I don't. Very good. Extra exploration. Oh, I have to bury a spell, right, because of the scenario rules. Well, I'm just going to bury the spell I just picked up, because Ezrin's not going to use it. It seems unlikely he's going to be able to pass it off to Linny anytime. This is the only barrier in the location. I would rather explore again than get the monster, because yes, there's a 50% chance I find the henchman/villain, but going through the spells in the academy is not that bad, so I don't really care that much. Alright, we find an item here, which is kind of annoying. It doesn't give me a extra exploration, but I do have haste, so let's keep on going. Mending, I think that should be an auto pickup, if I am not mistaken. Yep, very, very easy to pick up spell. Acid Arrow is fine. It's nice to have a stockpile of combat spells in case I need to go to the waterfront or something. If I do close this place, the waterfront would be the next logical place for me to go. Mending is garbage. And let's keep exploring. Arcane Armor, a garbage spell, but it's fine to find garbage spells because you auto pick them up and you don't mind burying them to the scenario power. And we get to keep exploring. And there's the cultist. Okay, sweet. So what's the most appropriate thing for the cultist? I think probably just regular old Frost Ray. With a little bit of help from our dwarvish friends. 6 on 4 dice, one of which is a d12, seems pretty safe. So that's that. And at this point, Ezrin auto closes the academy, if I'm not mistaken. We have had have we had 3 skill feats? We have, yes. So it's an auto success, which is nice. And I don't think I have any spells in my discard, so I don't get to use the closing location benefit. But that's a wrap. And I got Augury ready to go. Excellent. All right, that was a pretty good turn for Ezrin. Let's see here. She's got her Crown of Charisma, finally, but no diplomacy checks in this scenario. Right? Right? There's no diplomacy. No, there's no diplomacy. So, yeah, that's just going to be Snook attacked. Oh my god! Staff of Minor Healing, so good! Yeah, this is a great card. This is like what I wish like a healing potion would be. It's a healing card you can actually play around. Recharge a card and choose a character location to recharge one random card. So you want to give this to somebody who doesn't have a way to use their items effectively. Like Ezrin is a good candidate because he can't do anything with an item in his hand. Linny's a good candidate as well. Amiri's not bad, though she can, of course, always rage her items. I am gonna spend this. I feel like I'm doing well enough. Plus, this is a recharge because it matches the top. I'm basically only spending one blessing here to pick up a really good item, and that's definitely worth it to me. We'll discard a blessing to explore because I have the staff now that I can heal it up with. This is interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and recharge Father Xantus to give a D4 to my divine check. So remember, if you don't have a skill trained, you're always rolling a D4 for it. So I have like a slightly more than 50% chance of picking this thing up, which gives me an extra exploration. Let me actually use the Staff of Minor Healing first to get the good blessing back in my deck before I play the crappy blessing to explore again. Battered Chest. Well, Masterwork Tools. Do I recharge them? There is another barrier in this location, so I'll reveal them. Basically, the thing was, do I want to get them out of my hand? And since there is another barrier in the location, I don't think I want to get them out of my hand, but I would have done it if this had been the only barrier in the location. I got a bunch of items here. Oh, I guess I got some good stuff here. We got another Spyglass. Always happy to have another Spyglass in the party. And on top of that, we got the Holy Candle. Now, the Holy Candle is a tricky thing. You can hold on to it just in case you need it sometime, you know, and like use it when you're losing, but I just hate that. I hate having an item slot taken up. I'd rather have like an item that helps me win than an item that helps me avoid losing. Let's take a look. Night Watch. I could actually pick this up with my Crown of Charisma. So that's a decent thing to keep on top because it lets me use up the Crown of Charisma and then I can discard the Night Watch to explore. And I'm not going to dick around. We're just going to go ahead and banish the Holy Candle to get some extra turns that I probably won't need in this scenario. In fact, I wasted 2 turns here because I was only missing 4 turns at the moment. And we'll banish the Potion of Healing just to, again, get it out of the way. And it perfectly heals up exactly what I was missing. Alright, and then we'll end the turn. I could have discarded something to try to get a weapon, but I decided to not do that. Alright, that was good commentary, Boris. Yeah, it wouldn't have been a bad play. Maybe I'll do that next turn. Thing is, I'm so confident with Meriziel fighting without a weapon that, like, I don't even really care that much. Should I discard the Tiger to explore again? Or recharge, I suppose? Yeah, I will. There's only a 1 in 8 chance of finding a monster. And, this gets me through the location faster. So, let's see. If I do encounter, a henchman, I'll have to discard Cure to up my strength die. Is that worth it? Well, let's see what I keep finding here. Alright, this is actually a really good place to stop. Bastard Sword was good back in deck 1. Now it's just a D10. It's nothing that special. I'm not going to cast Cure. We'll hang on to that. Luckily, I got an animal, which is good. So, we should be fine now. Alright, this is just junk, so we're happy to get rid of it. Do I spend a blessing to explore again? Sure. Allying Dart. God, I hate these things. If it were a recharge, if it were recharged to add another D4 like a dagger, that would have been good. You can recharge it to help an ally at your location. If it were any location, that would be good. But it has to be the same location. I don't know. It just seems pretty crappy. I'll keep it in my hand to fire as an arrow, but I'm not gonna worry about it. There's Dog. So Harska actually has a pretty good shot at picking him up. 2/3 shot of picking him up. Seems good enough. Don't think we need to do anything crazy. I mean, I guess I could have Amiri go over there pick up the dog, but that's fine. Siren, you've got to be effing kidding me. Alright, we're fighting all the wacky monsters here, so we have a wisdom check to make. Let's do Blessing of Blemish 2 because it is a, it is currently the blessing on top. I don't know why it's saying berry. Oh, to defeat a monster. Interesting. Huh. So even though it's not a combat check, it's a check to defeat a monster. So do I get greedy here? No, I'm not going to get greedy. I'm just going to bury it and get the 2 dice. And it looks like, wow, no one has any blessings of the gods to copy the one on top. Yeah, we'll roll a 3d6 to hit an 8. It's a little loose. It's a little loose because 3d6 is only 10.5 average. You can definitely fail that. I'm gonna explore again. I'm gonna go ahead and we don't need the potion of glibness in this scenario. I'll keep the glaive over the longsword because it can be discarded if I fail a check. There's the goblin dog, and I'm not gonna be stupid this time. Let's reveal this and kill the dog. So very high concentration of monsters on top of this place. We'll hang on to the blessing of Torag. I'm getting a little bit low on the Torag blessings. I am gonna go ahead and pull Sela away because I think she saw a monster. Yeah, she saw a monster at the shrine. So where can we go? The guard tower and have them both fight a bandit at the start of their turn. The apothecary. You know what? Let's just send her to the waterfront. Let's find out what's over there. The waterfront's really annoying. It'd be nice to close that as soon as possible. Okay. Oh, wow. Whoa, am I glad I did that. So there's the villain. That really makes this scenario a whole lot easier because previously what would have happened was Amiri would have encountered the villain, probably would have discarded 2 cards to evade him by going to the temple, and then there would have been I would have known that he was one of 5 cards at the waterfront, but now I know he's just the top card. Nothing can make the waterfront get shuffled anymore. So, you know what? Actually, I'm just gonna get rid of my long spear. I've still got like all my weapons in my deck, don't I? Yeah, I'm gonna find the weapons. Although I could discard Blessing of Torag to explore again because it's rechargeable right now. Yeah, all right, fine. We'll get rid of the blessing and then keep the weapon in case I find the henchman or the other monster. Eloquence. Charisma checks. Yeah, it's not worth peeling a card for. I mean, I got it, but I'm also gonna have to bury it because of the scenario's rule. So yeah, not a spell I'll probably be keeping. Okay, so let's find another blessing. I've only found 1 so far. All right, so actually 2 of the 3 blessings were below the henchman. That is all fine and good. Got some weapons now, finally. And Ezrin, well, he could have gone to the waterfront, but now we'll go to the apothecary. It has 3 spells. That's like his other favorite place in this scenario. Now we get a Skinsaw cultist. Man, I still haven't managed to use augury at all. All right, let's just use my best spell here. Let's get rid of the heavy crossbow. And I need a 6 on those dice again. Now, this time is a bit tricky because it's not an arcane check to close. It's an intelligence check. No one in Rise of the Runelords has the craft skill, so that's just nothing you're ever going to be able to use effectively. So, unfortunately, we're kind of low on blessings. Nothing recharges. Alright, we'll have Miri play. Well, let's play the one that's less useful, I think. Torag is non-combat strength. I do have 2 characters that could potentially use the combat dexterity. Okay, well, that was a nice little turn of events. Man, still have not used the spyglass or augury. Really looking forward to that day. All right, oh yes, that's right. We got this situation. So we recharge the night watch. We discard the night watch to fight the goblin warrior. Let's go ahead and sneak attack. I have a lot of crap here I'm not going to need. Definitely never going to need that thing. Harsk should fire an arrow. Let's get rid of one of these. Get rid of this allying dart. So I need a 7 on those 4 dice. Should be fine. And just a regular old combat 9 check, nothing special. Do I discard a card to have better odds of finding a weapon? No, it's fine. Well, we got a couple of blessings there. Alright, so Linny keeps on pounding the temple. Hey, we got a second chance at one of these rings. Right, pretty good odds here. I'm not going to recharge my crow because then I don't have an animal in my hand, but if I had 2 animals, I might have secured that. I'll discard a blessing. The reason I'm willing to discard a blessing there is I've got Cure, so I'm going to shuffle a bunch of blessings back into my deck. Well, a bunch. Maybe just 2. That's always a possibility. So now she has a mace, which is actually fine. So if when she encounters the henchman here, which I know it's going to be a henchman because I know the villain's at the waterfront, when she encounters the henchman here, she'll be able to fight it with the mace if she wants to save the inflict. And I don't think I need to explore with the crow. We're doing really well here. We know where the villain is, so it'll be pretty easy to corner him. Okay, we got a dog. So, does anybody have one of those Blessings of Eris still that would guarantee fighting the dog? No, no. We'll just take my 2/3 chance. If I fail, then I fail. I'm already doing very, very well here. So since I did get the dog, we get to keep exploring. Stupid chime of unlocking. Please fail. Thank you, thank you. Oh god, I hate that card. Don't even want to touch it. Alright, let's scout it up at the city gate. We got another thing. So Wisdom Survival 7, a little bit tougher. It's tempting to have Amiri come over there, but Amiri really can't make Survival 7 either without a blessing. So don't explore the waterfront because the villain's there. I guess we'll just go here. She'll have to fight a bandit henchman at the beginning of her turn, but she can handle it, and we have to get through this place at some point anyhow. So it kind of sucks that this place doesn't have that many monsters, but there's not many monsters left for Amiri at all. Ooh, Warhammer +1. It's better than the longsword +1. I guess I'm just going to bury this wooden shield because I don't care. Whoa, whoa, how is Amiri down to only 4 cards? Whoops. I don't actually know how she's played that many cards, but I guess she's played a lot of cards. She should get healed at some point. Alright, let's see. So, Sela knows what's in her deck. It's the henchman. So, I guess we're gonna go... I don't know. Sure, let's do the city gate. So that Amiri doesn't have to fight a bandit. Not that it really mattered that much, but whatever. Pretty much any place will be good to scout now. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I just forgot that Harsk is here and he scouted it. Whoops, that was a mistake. I guess I got a kind of a free exploration. That was going to be a hard card to pick up. I'm going to cure Amiri, actually, who's only got like 3 cards left. And I've rolling some pretty good stuff here on my checks. Should I keep the cure? Yeah, let's keep the cure. Lost a bastard sword, but it's fine. I've already got 3 weapons in hand, so I don't care about it too much. In fact, I could even give Amiri a card just to keep her really healthy. Yeah, sure, let's do it. I don't need like all these weapons myself. Alright, back to the Shrine of Lamashtu to take out the Skin Saw Cultist. Here we'll use another weapon. I'm just gonna discard it. Harsk's got a bunch of cards. Let's get rid of his armor. That seems to be the least useful thing. So I only need a 5 to kill the cultist on 4 dice. Pretty solid. Let's close this place up. We'll recharge the Sage, and I really might as well just flip a card to secure it even further. I don't care that much about losing the armor. What I would be annoyed by is having to plow through the rest of the shrine. Okay, so that's that. And Ezrin's just burning up to use his augury. Let's see, there's 2 monsters out of 5 at the mill. I don't want to augury there because there's a guard at there's a guide at the bottom. Well, let's think. There's 5 cards that I essentially don't know about, 3 of which are monsters, and here there's 8 cards of which only 2 are monsters. So this is 2 out of 5. This is 3 out of 5, but I'm losing 1 when the deck gets shuffled. So it's really just 6 of one, half dozen of the other, but I don't want to crowd Marizio because Marizio wants to be alone. So yeah, I guess we'll just waste Sela's scouting here and just call it a mistake. Let's augur it up. Find me a henchman. Thank you very much. So I had a 60% chance of finding the henchman there, and luckily statistics was not my enemy at the moment. So now do I want to actually take that guy out? It's a little tricky because I only have 1 combat spell, but I do have a quarterstaff. Harsk is right here, so he can't actually help me. Let me see if I can get into the combat spell, maybe, if I'm lucky. No, it's a Sage. So let me think about this. I can kill the skin saw thing, but then the bandit, it would be like it'd be a 10 difficulty. I'd be rolling a 3d6, chucking the quarterstaff. I think I got so much time left. I'm better off just passing the turn and letting somebody else do it because it would take some unnecessary resources for me to take out the henchman. God, Jesus, what is with these sirens? Any more wisdom blessings, guys? Anybody? Nope. Okay. So I guess she'll use a Blessing of Gorum because that's rechargeable. Does anybody have a Blessing of Gorum? Nope. Okay. So I guess we'll do that. So 3D. You know what? F it. I just really don't want to fail this. And I'm really way ahead, so we're just going to roll a ton of dice. And I'm glad I did, Because that one of them was a 6. Gonna discard this blessing. I just want to get to the bottom of this place. Jesus. Okay. Well, almost done with that mill. I'm gonna recharge the armor. I'm sick of these stupid bracers of protection. And this tome of knowledge. Alright, we're good. Oh wow, I did not find a weapon. The weapons are really buried in there. Haste. Okay, this is interesting. Do I want a second copy of Haste? I actually played Ezran in a 6-player game, a live game, and I did have 2 copies of Haste, and I found it was kind of underwhelming. Because by the end of the scenario, you don't actually need 2 copies. So what I'm going to do here is be a little bit loose. I'm going to just banish the Haste to explore again. Because I just don't think Ezran wants to actually keep 2 copies of that card. Blessing of the Gods, nice find. Lets me keep on going here. Oh wow, the henchman was at the very bottom of the temple. Well, the temple's a good location to have the henchman at the bottom of it, because with 4 blessings in the location itself, as long as you have anybody who's good at picking up blessings in your party, you're going to get to the bottom of it pretty quickly. Alright, so we get just about an auto success here, and the temple closes automatically. So now we've got a little more than half the time left, and even having spent a lot of resources, I feel like I'm in really good shape, because I know where the villain is. I've got plenty of time. Most of the locations are closed. Can Harsk take out a bandit henchman? Yeah, that really shouldn't be a problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the dagger on the cultist. I need a 5 on these dice. Anybody got an agility for me? Anybody? No, but she has a rechargeable blessing because it matches the top of the blessings pile, so we'll just play that to secure the kill on the cultist. And then I think the henchman really shouldn't be a problem, the bandit, because Harsk just has such high minimums. Yeah, he only fails on Snake Eyes, which is a 1 in 64 chance. Well, one of them did come up a 1, but there it is. Alright, so now, what is even left? The waterfront and just where Meriziel is? I mean, we could practically do it right now. The only thing is, I don't want to fight the Justice alone, because it's harder. But you know what? Well, let me think about this. So, the thing that sucks is that, I do have a -1 penalty to the die rolls, because I'm at the waterfront. So, it'd be a little bit foolhardy to fight the villain right now, but you know what? F it, let's just do it. Just gonna friggin' do it. It's a little bit unsafe. With 15 turns left, I really should have had everybody take a turn, discard their hands, get as many blessings as possible, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, but whatever, right? Let's just end it. And if I fail, I can still actually win the scenario. Wait a minute. The guard tower's still open? Oh my god. I'm terrible at this game. Okay, well, yeah, I guess are we gonna really send him over to the guard tower? That was stupid. Sorry, so I'm actually making a play that's gonna make this take more time instead of less time. You know what, F it, I'm not even gonna bother. Whatever, we'll just fail the check to time close, and there's a chance he'll end up going into the mill, which is good, because there's still a henchman in the mill. So that was really stupid. I could have had this over with a long time ago. You know what, should I just evade? Nah, F it, we're fighting. Amiri is just itching for a fight, so let's do this. Kind of sucks that we fought a goblin snake. That's actually going to make the check to kill him even harder. I'm going to discard... the Warhammer +1 is actually pretty much the crappiest weapon I'm holding right here. Let's do this. Let's bury the glaive. And let's fire an arrow, because I'm not going to be that risky. Yeah, so this should be fine. Rolling a 10 on those 5 dice to kill a goblin snake. And then we fight the Justice himself. We'll discard a Great Axe. Shoot an arrow. And should we play a Blessing? Maybe? Could play a Blessing. Why don't I shoot one of these bows over here? Yeah, 15 on 5 dice with 3 of them being 12s should be fine. Probably that was a bit loose. That was just really stupid. I'm sorry. I forgot about the guard. I just plumb forgot about it. Totally forgot about that stupid water tower. So, or not the water tower, the guard tower. So now this is going to take a little longer than necessary. I should have just had somebody temp close it before I had a Miri fight. That was silly. Okay, well, anyway, let's go ahead and I'm gonna bring her back to the guard tower because then the guard tower doesn't have that many Banes in it. There's a really good chance that Silo will get to put something on the bottom. I feel like that's worth fighting a bandit for. Constitution, huh? Actually, she has a standard bearer. She can get help with that. Yeah, all right, we're gonna go for it. So let's recharge this. Let's throw out the spear. That was a little close, but I could have discarded the spear if I had failed the check. Let's go ahead and fight the blacksmith's son. Take a quick look at my deck. I do have a cure in here. Anybody have a good... Oh, I could play the Blessing of Yabba Dabba Doo. Yeah, I don't want to peel cards off the deck, Asila, because I'd rather find her cure to cure herself. It seems a little bit safer. Having made one reckless play here, I think I'll hold off on making any more. Wisdom or Perception 8 or discard a card. Whoops. Well, it looks like I'm gonna lose my long spear, unless of course I play a blessing on this wisdom check. Nobody has any wisdom blessings. Alright. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna lose my long spear and fight this guy barefisted. If I fail the barefisted fight, then so be it. We'll shoot an arrow over here. Anybody got a blessing of Gorum for me? Nope, nope, nope. Let's play one blessing here. Again, I don't want to peel a card off the top because I want to keep the cure. Managed to kill the sneak, which is good. So we got 2 Banes concentrated on the top of the location. In fact, the 2 Banes, the barrier and the monster that are in this location are both on top, which is kind of annoying. But hey, at least the henchman is next. So this is actually really good because if the villain's in the guard tower, then after I kill that henchman, I will spot the villain. He'll be the last thing left, and then if not, then I'll know the villain's in the mill. Okay, does Ezran actually want to do that? He doesn't have any way to boost his strength. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. I'm going to get in Mariziel's way, but I think it's worth it. I'm going to just spyglass it up here to see if I can find something interesting. All right, found the villain. Okay, so that's good. In fact, do I want to fight him? I got the rogue to take the heat. I got Mariziel to close the guard tower. Alright, Ezran hasn't really gotten to kill many villains. I think this is his day. So we'll have Amiri rage against the machine. Actually, she doesn't have to rage. She has a guaranteed closing. It's only a strength 5. Well, there's the snake eyes. 12 times 6, so 1 in 72 odds of rolling snake eyes. Luckily, that was an auto success. I'm not going to evade this guy. We're going to have the rogue fight somebody. And rogue, I'm throwing you under the bus. You're gonna take some serious damage. Luckily, this medallion that you're wearing around your neck will take the bulk of it. Gonna discard it because you cannot make an Arcane or Divine 9 check to recharge it. What's going on? What the? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Wait. Was it Mariziel's turn? Because I know that with the against the villain, if you fail, it says like if you fail the check, you end your turn or something like that. So I guess Mariziel failed the check against the monster, but I thought it was Ezran's turn. But since it's Linny, I guess what is going on here? Well, Linny doesn't particularly want to fight him. F it. Let's just, I don't even know what's going on anymore. I don't know why he's on top of the deck. I don't know what's going on. Okay, we're gonna rage against the machine for real this time to auto succeed at the guard tower. And then I guess we'll have Ezran fight the random monster. Yeah, okay. So, let's do this. That auto succeeds because of his high minimum. I have no idea why that turn ended. Well, I guess it must have been Mariziel's turn. Wait a minute. Does the villain actually say that if you fail a check against him? No, it doesn't say that. It just says, choose a character to encounter a monster. And that's it. So I encountered a monster. I failed the check. I'm not sure why my turn ended. Although this game is pretty complicated, so it's very, very possible that I am like missing some rule somewhere. Anyway, let's discard the caltrop to give myself a D10 for strength. Let's discard the... Wait a minute. hang on. What's going on? Oh, do I want to do a divine? Oh, I see. I could do the divine 11 instead of the combat 16. I think the combat 16 might actually be easier though. So let's shoot an arrow, and then yeah, with all these blessings that everybody has, we should be in tippity tip top shape. All right, is that everything everyone can do? Oh, she's got a blessing herself. All right, I think we're fine here. And Justice Ironbriar keeps the peace. Okay, well, that was pretty sloppy play, so sorry about that. But yeah, we win. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and/or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon for the finale of what we have so far in the game. I'm getting gold now that I figured out how to beat that bug. And if you want to stick around for the bonus hour, here we go. The reward for the scenario is a random spell. So Web is something that I might keep with Ezrin. I'll definitely have to think about it. Cure, I probably will not give Linny a second cure. Detect Magic is definitely not a keeper. Frost Ray, I think. Yes, I will want the Frost Ray. Enfeeble's actually alright, but I don't think it's as good as Web or as Invisibility, and the Detect Evil is junk. So I gotta keep the Frost Ray and then decide about the Web. Okay, so Longsword +1 is worse than Warhammer +1. Do I want to throw something else out instead of the Longsword, like the Glaive maybe? I don't know. Wait a minute, hold on. Sela has this long spear that probably is obsolete by this point. Yeah, so let's give Sela back her great sword and keep... Oops, wrong one. Whoops, that was almost a bad mistake. And then keep the Warhammer +1. Web we'll have to decide on. Wooden Shield is junk. Eloquence, probably not going to keep that. Okay, Ezrin found a whole lot of stuff. So, whoops, need to keep invisibility. Let's give, before I forget, let's give Linny an upgrade over Inflict and give her the Holy Light, which is really nice. Ring of Protection, you know what, these Caltrops, they've had their time. I think it's over for them. Let's get rid of these crappy blessings. And Detect Evil's junk. My Dart can go suck itself. So Dog. The thing about Dog is it's good to have a dog because, like I said, it's good for somebody other than Linny in the party to have an animal. In fact, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to give Dog to Linny, and then I'll give the Tiger to somebody. Somebody else might actually benefit from having that bonus to the combat check. Who could use that? Maybe Harsk. So Standard Bearer, goodbye. Tiger, hello. The Rogue has to throw... Oh, well, God, Blessing of Death. God, I hate those things. So now we have another Spyglass and the Staff of Healing. Luckily, the Cloak of Elvenkind is crap. I'm happy to throw that away. Do I get rid of this Amulet of Mighty Fists? It's getting a little bit long in the tooth. Let's see if anyone has any bad items, though. Oh, wow. Ezrin has... No, Ezrin's got good stuff. Tools, Spyglass, Amulets. Amiri has a Potion of Glibness. That's marginal. Why don't we give her the Staff of Healing? And the Rogue can keep the Spyglass. That's fine. Alright, so Ezrin, Lightning Touch still is no good. Let's put in a combat spell there. I gotta make a decision. I gotta think about this Web. So Strength, you know, I just don't really seem to use it that much. Or, I mean, I do use it, but it never seems to be like gangbusters. Let me just take a quick look. I'm going to try to organize these spells a bit. I haven't actually successfully used Toxic Cloud yet. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put all of my combat spells in one place so that I can see how many I have. Okay, so what I have is 4 combat spells. These 4. Then I have the Toxic Cloud, Strength. I don't want to pick up the spell now. Yep, okay. So Invisibility, I definitely want to keep that. Do I? I mean, it's nice to have. Web, compared to Invisibility, has the attack trait, which can sometimes be a hindrance. And of course, it doesn't work on things to a certain point, which can be a hindrance as well. I just, I like having Strength. Web is good. I could consider getting rid of Toxic Cloud. Although it's nice to have, for Ezrin who doesn't have any blessings, to have something he can use to help his allies. It's tough. I wish I had a 10th spell, honestly, so I could keep the Web. But here, I'll just have to throw it away. It's not the end of the world if I don't have it. Linny, does she have room for Eloquence? I think Agility is way better, and 8 is definitely better. So yeah, that's it. Let's take a quick peek at view all to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. So there's a potion of glibness. I could consider keeping that. And lots of spells here. And that's it. So I'm going to take a quick look at the items. Oh, potion of vision. That's so crappy. Okay, well, I guess I'll put 2 potions of glibness back to the dwarf. Because at least those can be used to pick up allies. Man, am I really just... Yep, we got crap for items here. Okay, yep. I think that's all I can do. Alright, well, thanks again. I'll see you again soon. Take care.